Oh my god, what is happening here, guys? Is the Russian train. Yeah, cargo train full of fuel tanks. And as you may see here, it was kaputted. Ural is written on those tanks. Here Russia was delivering some of the diesel fuel to their positions in Zaporizhia and Kherson directions. The train was kaputted not far away from Tokmak, Zaporizhia direction. As you may see, the attack of Ukrainian army was definitely successful. Ukrainian officials mentioned that the road itself was significantly damaged and the railroad connection, is paralyzed and will be for many days ahead. And we have more images from the place, this time published by Russians themselves. It's not the first and not the last Ukrainian strike on Russian trains in this region. And actually, for me, it's mystery why Russia is using still this railroad for supplies, because Ukraine is capable to reach it. Why not to send the trains using Kerch Bridge? There is also the railroad, and later on Russia may supply the southern area of Ukraine through Crimea. Well, just for you to understand, road goes across the Kerch Bridge here and also through Tokmak, well, not far away, and also to Crimea. So Russia is using this one to supply their group, but this road is very slow. It goes through many of the settlements, so why not to use this one and then to send reinforcements via Jankoy? Yeah, it's a big hub for Russia, so why not to use this connection? Why they're sending the trains very close to the front line? For me, guys, it's mystery. Also, this Russian train was going to east. It was the first strike not far away from Molochansk. But the final stop was here, not far away from Urozhaine. As you may see, it's roughly 30 kilometers away from the front line, so Ukraine is capable to use those long-range FPV drones. And they should fly at least for 35 kilometers because Ukrainian positions are not at the zero line, they're behind. Well, here Ukraine did absolutely awesome job, and you see immediately we have the confirmation, video evidence. So then a couple of months ago there was the report about the Russian military train kaput with tons of the tanks and BMPs. That information was not confirmed because there was no real evidence. If Ukraine launches FPV drones, freaking FPV drones are equipped with cameras, so for sure there should be some sort of the image, and our drone operators immediately published it in this case. The tactics of Ukraine is similar to the one Soviet Union had during the Second World War. Then all of the Ukraine was occupied. Nevertheless, there were multiple of the partisans who stayed on occupied territories and cut the logistics for the Third Reich army. Well, they usually acted near to the forest, so it's impossible really to perform those partisan actions in the open fields, especially with new surveillance technologies, those thermal cameras. But Ukraine may still ambush Russian planes and cut Russian logistics behind the front lines with the help of the long-range drones. The idea and result are basically the same. Plus, as we know already, Russia is preparing their army group for the possible attack to Zaporizhia. In this direction, they already tried to cross this river, and the fight is still ongoing in Kamensk village. Well, Zelensky himself even said that Russia is getting ready for this jump, plus intensify the actions in Donbass. Russia is planning to do it in September, and with those train strikes, Russia may not have enough resources, because fuel is one of the major resources, to conduct their major offensive operation against the Ukrainian army. And by the way, guys, if we touch the map, I have some of the interesting news for you. If we speak about the front lines updates, it was confirmed that Kucher village was totally cleared from Russian presence. Well, actually, right now the situation in Kucher is like that. Russians are still presented in this small forest patch, not far away from this village. But this area, I was told that it is already cleared. And this is the zoomed out image. You may see Ukraine counterattacked from probably both of the directions, cutting this Russian group. And now they control just few square meters of the land, and this night there will be, I think, kaputted. But still, Ukrainian army is somehow unable to cut this Russian advancement. I guess Russia also might send some of the reinforcements here. However, this entire area is under Ukrainian drone strikes. So Russia just cannot move further. It is understandable. As for the Russian group here, it's hard to tell how many troops are there. Could be up to 100, I guess. Alright, as for the recent update, let's go to the deep state military map source. They say that Russia moved in Temerivka. Yeah, actually it's kind of the profitable direction for them to attack, because there are not many villages. This is the southern part here, so it was yesterday, it is today. You can clearly see the Russian army movement. They also expand the gray area. Probably Ukraine has weak defense lines in this direction. And we see that Russia already crossed into Dnipropetrovsk region, so Malyivka village, and here they expanded the gray area towards Zaporizhzhia village, which is in Dnipropetrovsk region already. Plus, if we go a little to the north here, and this is Pokrovsk direction, just for you to understand, so it was yesterday. Today the assault is clearly visible. Again, not many villages. Here what might help Ukrainian army to stop Russian advancement is this terrain. You see the hill line. Plus this river, obviously. In other directions where Ukraine sent emergency reinforcements, like for example here, or even in Pokrovsk direction, in Toretsk as well, Russia doesn't have movement for many of the days already. It seems like they thrown what they had to go to Zoloty Kolodets, and with many of the losses they are forced to retreat mainly, and the part of the Russian army is trapped in this forest patch. Guys, honestly, I'm very surprised that we have some of the good news coming from the front lines, because judging on the current state of Ukrainian army resources we have compared to the Russian one, wow, it is outstanding that Ukraine is capable to defend and sometimes even effectively counterattack, cutting Russian main attack vectors and causing Russia tremendous losses. You know, at first I thought, okay, Russian tank is spotted here far away already from Malyivka, really deep inside Ukrainian defense and Dnipropetrovsk region, not far away from Horosha village. But then I clicked on original source. It appeared to be not the Russian tank, but Ukrainian T-64. Yeah. And this image was spread by the Russian channel. So unfortunately, Ukrainian tank was hit, but the good news that Russians didn't manage to break through on their tank. The crew was not inside by the time of the strike.
Такие случаи тоже у нас бывают.
This Russian soldier put too much weight on him and he cannot put himself up. He's like this, like a turtle which was put upside down and unable to roll over on the feet.
И как тебе помочь?
He cannot stay without the help. Oh my god.
Ты где? Давай. Посмотрите на эту новогоднюю елку, блядь.
Yeah, it's funny, but look at the equipment of this Russian soldier. It's not the old Russian army. They have pretty much good equipment. I will put myself here. Look at this AK, yeah, with the scope, with everything. It's not the standard one. I think it's 100 version of AK. They have, I think, 103 or 104. I don't remember, but those are the new AKs. No longer rusty ones which Russian army gave to their mobilized soldiers. The armor vest, lots of the bags. He's well equipped, this Russian soldier. Yeah, maybe he put too much to his backpack, but overall you see that they are very well equipped. Also gloves are kind of good, boots also I saw that they're not standard Russian army boots, or maybe Russians have the new standard. So this is the well-equipped soldier. Russia itself started to produce more military gear, plus China helps a lot. I think most of the stuff here, bags and everything, are made in China. Maybe it's some sort of the special brigade, battalion or regiment of the Russian capable forces, but this sign is not good, because before only Ukraine has the... But the reality is that the enemy is strong and it's better not to underestimate it. Russians looted VAZ 2101. Yeah, it seems like I already told about this car. Yeah, it was my first car actually in my life, this type of the car, and Russians looted it in the local household of the occupied village, and they will turn it into their attack assault automobile or vehicle. Armored vehicle, just without armor. Yeah, that's the Russian army. They murder, they loot everything for their needs. Sorry, I had to turn off the music just to avoid possible copyright claims. So this is the pickup truck of the Russian general, who was kaputted not kaputted, I would say, but wounded in Kursk region. I think it happened 3 days ago, something like that. Here you can see this car. It was chased by Ukrainian FPV drone operators and finished after all. Here's the final shot. So non-standard vehicle, absolutely, and those are the number plates. Here you can see military number plates because the background is black. For sure, military car. Just in case Russia would say, oh no, this is a civilian one. No, 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 this is military. So this is the Russian general. I'm gonna move myself just a little to the right to check out the text. So today in Kursk region, we lost one general. He's alive, but in very critical state. He has the amputee of not the hand, but the arm and a leg, part of the leg. We are still waiting for more information. General was delivered to intensive care, and later on he was sent to Moscow. Probably he will stay alive, but he will not be general any longer. And here you may see the Medal of Hero of Russia, the highest possible rank award in the Russian Federation. And this is the hero of, I guess, Donbass, or DPR or LPR, something like this. This general was the deputy commander of the big Russian army group called North. The biggest downside for Ukrainian front lines are the huge Russian aviation gliding bombs. Like this is, for example, FAB 5000. Just imagine 5 tons of TNT, it demolishes many of the buildings. Like this entire cluster has been destroyed with the Ukrainian positions in it. This happened in Mirnograd, which is very close to Pokrovsk. Just imagine. Yeah, you see, even those houses are being touched by the wave, the shock wave. It's huge, kaboom. Guys, there will be one more video update on this channel today, at least one more video, because there are so many news and I want to split the topic. So here, mostly I was speaking about the situation on the ground, but we have just tons of the different news around Ukraine and not only. And guys, thank you so much for supporting me on Patreon. You are maintaining my motivation to film more. Thank you so much for it. And I wish you all a peaceful sky wherever you are and have a great time.